How's it going, everybody? Henry here. I have another video on what is going on with Anchor. If you've been using Anchor for a little while, you may have been affected by a change in the ambassador ads. So if you don't know what the ambassador ads are, those are the ads that Anchor normally gives you right off the bat. It's a free ad that they give where you can put it, anywhere in your show, and every time it plays, they would pay you as if it was a real ad for another company. But it is for Anchor promoting them as a podcast host. So if you had one for a little while, like me, it actually ended. It was about 2 weeks ago. They ended it and they didn't really give me a reason or anything like that. It just ended. It went down. I could no longer use it. And because of that, I was thinking about switching platforms, and I might still do that, but Anchor hasn't gone all the way away from the master ad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around so we can look at my computer, and I'm going to show you what is going on with Anchor. All right, so this is my screen here. So just so you know that this is active, like I can roll around. You can see I've got 3.1 million plays and my current balance, which this is what we want to look at here. So if we go over to the current balance, it's going to take you to how much I've made in Anchor, what my current balance is. It's got a Stripe account, which I'll tell you what that is, and then it has Spotify payouts, which I'll tell you what that is. So I had an active ad here, this is the host read ad. They call it the ambassador ad. So I had this, and this is the one that really made up the majority of this, like probably, $36,000 to $38,000 came from an ambassador ad, which is actually over here and ended. For some reason, this number changed because I definitely made more than $300 from it, as you can tell, but whatever, that doesn't seem to matter too much. But over active, they gave me another Anchor ad. So they removed the one I had that was making a ton of money. They ended it, and then they gave me another one. So the way this other one works is you can see it has two RPMs here. So that's what it pays you per 1,000. And so what it does is it'll pay you the $15 if it airs on Spotify, which it doesn't very often, and I'll talk about why that is. And then it has the $12.25. This is what it pays when it plays on iTunes. So if it plays on iTunes, Google, Amazon, like just another podcasting platform, it pays that. So you get 15 if it plays on Spotify, 12 if it plays there. But Spotify is not really playing the Anchor ads, so you're probably only gonna get that $12.50, at least in my experience. What Spotify is playing is the automated ads. Now, I know a lot of you are trying to get into this program. I was fortunate enough to get invited into the beta of this, but they've really stepped it up. So when they canceled my host read ad, I got worried because they canceled it, and I thought that I wasn't gonna be making any money anymore, and I needed to switch platforms. But before I could switch, the automated ads really started working. If you've seen some of my other videos, when automated ads first came out, it was amazing. It would play the host read ad first, and then it would play the automated ad. And I know that might be a lot of ads, but if your content is good, people will stick through that, and they certainly were on mine. And so I was getting paid both. I was getting paid for this one and this one. It was great, but that has ended. So even though I did get this one back, it is only playing on outside platforms, like basically any platform other than Spotify. This one is playing. So I guess that would help recruit people to Anchor, which is what they would hope. But the automated ads are playing always on Spotify. It says that it plays on other platforms. I haven't really heard it, but it might be. But the $13 is what you're getting paid for this one. So again, it used to be I got this one and this one, but now it only plays this one. The benefit to that is since there are less ads, I might reach more listeners, like people that hadn't listened to me before. So there's a positive to it. Downside is though, not making as much money. And if this is something you want to do professionally or full-time, the amount of money you make matters. And so here's what it's doing now. So I still have this Stripe account, which the Stripe account is for the host read ad. The host read ad doesn't play every single time anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. At least when I've listened to it on iTunes, it's played about half the times. So it's probably maybe a different percentage than that, but that's just what it's felt like for me. So this number is way down. So like this time in the week, normally, this would already be almost double this. It would be about $160. But, I'm still glad that I'm getting it and very, very thankful. So I still pay this out every Friday. So just to kind of show you what I got paid the last couple times, let's swing over to October. So you can see the pay here. I got 436 yesterday, which is last Friday. And then the Friday before that, I got 529. So as you can see, it is going down. And if you go in September, it was 612 there. There was an issue with the ads. They just like didn't play for like 3 days. So it kind of lowered that. This one's a little higher because I had two payouts, but you can see 875, 813, 713. So I was going up, my downloads were going up, everything was good. But because of that switch, that number is going down heavily. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but I'm still thankful to get that. And then, of course, right here and right here, I just haven't got there yet. But if I swing back over here to the Money tab, here's where Anchor's going with this. So the host read ads are, I think, something they'll use. Maybe that's something they're building on where they'll work on getting like partnerships with brands and you'll get offers through there. It's super easy to record one, so I can see that happening. That way, Anchor has another way to make money because it's kind of like a agency between you and a business that's paying you to do something. So I could see more Anchor ads coming out there. And then the automated ads, of course, that's where a company like Chevrolet or something buys a bunch of advertisings to go across, different mediums. And so it'll put it in front of your podcast. Your demographic makes sense for that. But here's the extra thing they added. So that's why I know they're going to continue down this road. If you go down to your dashboard, you have access to this now, depending on when you're watching this video. But if you see here, there's this extra button that was not there before, and it says ads. So when you click on the ads, it's going to bring you over to this chart that shows your earnings. So this is really cool. You can tell how much you're making from the ad. So it's actually not showing anything right now. That's a bummer. It seems like it's worked and then it hasn't worked. Let's see if it'll pick this up here. It's new, so it can be just going down a lot. So we'll see if it goes up or not. Nope, so it's not working right now. I'll pull it back up in another video. I know they're still working on it, so it just may take time for them to get it right. But that is a very cool feature, being able to know how much you're making. I was making at the highest when it was working. I think it was like $85 was my best day. Now that doesn't include the ad that you do for Anchor. This is only like external ads. So it could be like that Chevrolet or a book dealer or something, I don't know, just some kind of ad that you might see, Gain, cleaning products, and it just plays, has nothing to do with you, and then it goes into your episode. So more revenue, I think, is going to start coming from that. I think as it grows, we'll probably be able to feel more orders. So that's the thing, it doesn't play every single time. I don't know what the percentage is at this point. Seems more often than not. I think I only listened to it one time and it didn't play an ad. So that's a good sign that they're filling that up. So, definitely excited about that. So those are the updates. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the change. Megaphone was something I was looking at. It has a really good ad revenue program like that. But another reason why I might switch is there's this thing called Chartable, and it has like trackers and stuff you can use. So that way, say I owned a bowling ball company and you had a bowling ball podcast and I wanted to advertise on your podcast. Well, I want to pay per download. I don't want to, just give you a certain amount of money. Like I want to say, hey, I'll pay you $1,000 for 1,000 downloads or something like that. So have that number. Well, there's two ways that can be shared. One, you could probably screenshot or send me the information, but honestly, that can be altered. And so if you're paying out money, you don't want someone to, change the numbers a little bit and make it look like they got more downloads. So you have to pay more that you didn't get. And so there's these trackers that they can do. And when you put this tracker into your podcast, basically when someone goes to listen to the episode, it will route them to that tracker, which will hold the ad on some kind of database that they have. It'll play the ad and then it'll send the listener back to you. So the listener doesn't notice any change. Like they just click the episode, they don't know that it's getting directed one way and then going another. It happens all the time, but so you don't know what's going on. But the person that is paying you for the ads, they can see every single download because it dings their counter or however it works. So they know what exactly to pay you. And I had a podcast reach out, and it's a big one. It just came out, big name. And so I was really excited that they would reach out wanting to buy ads on my show, but they use that tracker and Anchor does not have the ability to use it. They will not allow something to be put in front of your RSS feed to do that, but other ones will. So that's a plus on the Megaphone platform because it does allow you to do that. And that can be really, really helpful and give me more opportunities to work with exclusive brand deals. So that's on my mind on whether it's with Switch. Of course, you have to pay for that one, and it's paid per download. So the amount of downloads I have, it would get really expensive, and that's something I have to take into consideration as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, I'll share what I can. Just drop them in the comment section below. It also helps this video become more discoverable, so I appreciate you doing that. And of course, liking the video and subscribing, so that way we can stay connected. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.